everyone, it's Alex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So today I have my Pan Those Eyeshadows update number 2. I don't know how I'm feeling about this red shirt and this burgundy lip, but we're gonna go with it because it is Valentine's Day month. So I figured at least one time this month, wear something red, Alex. So anyway, I have some great news for you guys on my 5 eyeshadows that I have currently in this project pan. But first, before we get into this, if you're new to my channel, welcome to the familia. My name is Alejandra. I am an eyeshadow enthusiast with a dash of project pan. If that is something that interests you, subscribe, join us. And now without further ado, let's get on with the update. Now my intentions are to show you guys up close and personal video of each of these eyeshadows so you guys can really see them. Let's hope editing Alex can get it right. If not, I apologize ahead of time. So before I get into any of the updates, I just want to refresh everyone's mind just in case you are new or you forget my rules. My rules are if I don't hit pan on an eyeshadow and I get bored, I get allowed up to 30 times use of that eyeshadow, then I can roll it out. I am using one of my 5 eyeshadows to be used as a single, and that single is still in this project pan. So once that one's out, I get to pick a single. The rest are all in palette form. No blacks, and only one transition brown shade is allowed in this project pan, because if not, I will abandon ship if I have 4 brown transition shades. I will definitely leave this project pan. So now that you guys have a refresher on my rules, let's get started on the update. So I'm going to start out with the single that I have in this project pan, the one that has been in here since day 1, and it still continues to be here since day 1, and that is my Sugar Pill Taco eyeshadow. You guys can see I'm currently wearing it as an inner corner highlight, and it continues to be used as an inner corner highlight. I've actually used this once as a base. I wasn't too fond of it. It did lighten up the purple that I had in this project pan, but I felt like it faded my eyeshadows a little bit faster than it typically would if I didn't use this as a base. So here's where we are with it. I still have yet to hit pan on this sucker, you guys. This is going to be here for a little bit longer. I have actually used this 23 times up until this date. So I have 7 more uses to decide whether I want to continue to try to hit pan or roll this out. And at this point, you guys, the way that this pan is looking, it's going to take me a good 50 uses. So I may end up rolling this one out. I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to roll this out next time because there's no way. I don't know how much longer I could take it, to be honest with you. I want to get more use out of my collection. So 30 uses is very coming close. I am happy that I tried it, and I am well aware now, don't buy white eyeshadows, Alex, because you're not going to use them the way they're intended to. I think this is one of the only white eyeshadows. No, I could be lying. I'm probably lying. I know I don't have many white eyeshadows, but now I know to not ever buy them again because there's no need for me to buy any. The next one I want to share with you guys is the only transition shade that I have in here. And at this point, you probably already saw my eyeshadow palette declutter. So this is my only Japanese palette that I own at this point now. And I don't think Japanese makes any more eyeshadows. So this is probably going to be my only eyeshadow palette from them. So I rolled in a transition shade in here. It's the only one that I have, the only one that I've been using. And I've been using it every single day. This is a baked formula. So I had a feeling I was not going to hit pan on it very easily, but I see hope. I have used this one 16 times. I am currently wearing it today as a transition shade, and I really enjoy it. Baked eyeshadows, baked products in general are such a beautiful formula. Very forgiving, very smoothing, and you can wear it wet or dry and it won't ruin the eyeshadow. So as you guys can see from the close-up, I have really worn down the dome, especially if you see it compared to the other ones. Here it is right here, and you could see that I have worn down the dome. So I am actually pretty happy with how much progress I have made on this one. I don't know. I have 14 more uses out of it. Maybe I might hit a little bit of waffle pan on there, but I think after the 30 uses, I should be good to go and just roll it out. I got my use out of it. I think 30 uses for an eyeshadow is it's a lot. It's a lot to use an eyeshadow 30 times, considering I have such a massive eyeshadow palette collection still. So for me, I just want to get more use out of mine. If I don't hit pan, that's okay, but it is a beautiful eyeshadow. I knew there was a reason why I kept this one, and I'm happy that I was able to use it more, and I can actually see myself jumping into here more often. That purple is calling my name as well as that green one. They're gorgeous. So we're still keeping this one in the running. It's still here. I have about 14 more uses, and hopefully by then I should hit waffle. If not, we will talk about it in the next update, whether I'm going to keep it in here or continue to use it. The third one was the other one that I rolled in. That is from my Tarte Make Believe in Yourself eyeshadow. This is the color Trance. This is actually a very interesting shade. It is what I'm wearing on my eyelids today. All these eyeshadows are on my eyelids. Everything that's still in here is on my eyelids. So that's the eye look that I purposely wore today. And actually, believe it or not, I have been panning this eyeshadow look, just adding a different outer V crease color just to change it up, whether it's burgundy, purple, green, blue. But this is basically what I've been doing. And I've also been pairing this eyeshadow with a different base. So what I've been doing is, if I want this to be a little bit more warm toned, I put more of a reddish shadow stick under it. If I want it to be more golden, I put a golden one like I did today. If not, I will put a cool toned cream shadow under it to make it more cool tone. So I've been able to manipulate this eyeshadow to how I want it. Today I wore a gold one, so it made it look a lot more vibrant and not so brown on my eyes, which I do like. So as you guys can see from this eyeshadow, I have a nice dip in it. I'm very happy with how it's looking. I'm sure you guys will see it up close because this is very, very blinding on the screen, but it is a beautiful shade. I had to learn how to figure this out because typically this type of eyeshadow formula, I use my fingers, and Lord knows if I continue to use my fingers, I will never get anywhere near hitting pan with this eyeshadow or this eyeshadow formula in general. So what I've been doing is I've been using a nice dense flat shader brush, and I've been able to see a little bit of a dip. This is going to take me a while to use, but I am not mad at it. I actually enjoy it very much. I've only used this eyeshadow 7 times because I was trying to concentrate on the last one that I've been trying to hit pan on, but I've only used it 7 times. That's okay. I definitely can see myself hitting pan on this one before the 30 uses comes up, and I really do like it. It's not bad, and you could see the use out of it compared to the rest of the eyeshadows. So it's a good one. I'm happy I put this one in because I'm finally getting use out of something I really, really love. Now let's move on to the veterans of this eyeshadow project pan, basically. And my goal last month was to hit pan on both of these. That's what I was concentrating on. So let's start out with the one I just threw on the ground, the Modern Renaissance one. My goal was to hit pan on this Primavera. That's the one that I rolled in, and sure enough, I have hit pan. Pretty nice dip in there. Let me explain to you guys what happened with this eyeshadow. So I thought I had hit pan, wasn't sure, and then I continued to use it, and I realized I had already hit pan on it and kept using it. The reason being is because the actual pan is stained. So unless you really look up close, you really couldn't tell, so I wanted to make it bigger so you guys can see it. This was a pretty eyeshadow, and again, this one I manipulated with a cream shadow under it to make it different undertones however I wanted to use it, so I didn't get stuck with just a gold base on my eyelids. I really liked it. It was fun. I'm happy I hit pan on it. Finally, I can join those individuals that have hit pan on this palette because I was one of those few people that never hit pan on this one, even though I do enjoy it. And I did take advantage and use a lot of the red tones for this month as outer V shades to kind of put a look together. So I actually enjoyed this one. Now I can put it away and enjoy something else. So that is one that we are going to be rolling out, and a new one that's going to be rolling in. The other one was this Ciate London Pretty Fun and Fearless palette. This palette is gorgeous. I am very happy I didn't declutter this one, even though it was brand new. And I tend to declutter the ones that are brand new because somebody else can get more use out of them instead of me using it. But I did roll this one in. And the color that I was using was Flirt. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this one I ended up using 15 times in total. It doesn't matter, I hit pan anyway, so it doesn't matter. This one I actually ended up using 12 times. And there it is, you guys. Now this one I used hardcore. Like this one I used as an all over shadow. Every look that I did, I used this shadow. I used it as a crease shade. Outer V was my majority of use for it. And I used it quite a few times all over the lid into my crease as a blown out one shadow look. And if I wanted a different dimension, I'd put a glitter topper on top. I put a cream shadow on top. I put another shadow. I ended up putting this one on top of it to make it look different. So this was a very, very versatile eyeshadow color. I liked it because it wasn't a brown. It was a purple, and it went perfect for this time of year. So it was a lot easier for me to hit pan on it because I used it in a bigger area than just a little bit or in the inner corner like I'm doing with the white one. This one got used a lot, and in a lot of ways on my eyes. So I'm happy. I hit pan on it. It was beautiful shade. This formula is amazing. Even though this eyeshadow palette is older, it still performs so good. I'm telling you guys, if you take care of your eyeshadow palettes or your formula, your makeup in general, you can keep things for a while and not, you know, make them go bad. Now, just so you guys know what I do, when I am done palettes like this and I'm not going to use them for a while, I'd spritz them with my rubbing alcohol to disinfect them, and then I put them back into my collection. That preserves it. I don't overdo it with the rubbing alcohol because then you can dry out the formula. So I just spritz it enough so I can get all that gunk and all, you know, whatever it is that I was using with the shadows and things, just to keep them clean and put them back in my collection. And that's how I've been able to preserve my eyeshadow palettes. I'm very, very like on top of it with my powders, so I know they can last a little bit longer. So anyway, now that I gave you a little story, so we are going to continue with these three here, and I get to roll in 2 more palettes. Now my single is still in here, so I don't get to roll in a single, but I do have the one for the 2 palettes. So if you're new, I'll share with you guys here on this wheel. We'll pick the actual brand, I'll pick the palette, and then we will randomly generate the single eyeshadow. So I get to do 2 more this month, which is exciting. So let's start out with the first one. Laura Mercier, holy moly, that's going to be a hard one. And the second palette will be Coastal Scents. Didn't I already do Coastal Scents? All right, so I'm going to go pick out my 2 palettes, which is Laura Mercier and Coastal Scents, and then we shall return to see what eyeshadow singles we'll be using out of those. All right, you guys, so I have my 2 palettes here. The first one I picked from Laura Mercier is the original one, that one with the, I don't even know what this one was called, but it's this one right here. I was debating between this one and the second one she came out with, but this is my oldest Laura Mercier palette, so I want to get more use out of it because I haven't really. I'm hoping I don't get too many purples, because the Coastal Scents palette I picked was my Winterberry one, and this one has purple too in it, but it is winter, so I want to get more use out of it. I'm trying to gamble here, and hopefully my odds won't make me choose 2 purple shades, but they're relatively different, so I can actually pair these 2 together if I want to, if the colors end up being nice. So let's go on with the Laura Mercier. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We have 12 shadows. So what we're going to do is put in 12 shadows, and we're going to randomize. I'm going to go across like I typically do. So here we go. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh, that is. So it's Vanilla Nuts, which is this one right here. This is going to be so easy to use. It's not going to be that difficult at all. So there it is, you guys. That'll be relatively easy. It has a soft pink undertone to it, but we're going to make it work. I do have another eyeshadow that I'm using as a setting one, but I could give that one a break and use this one because that one's all year long as well. So now for this one, which we have 12 eyeshadows as well. Let's shake this sucker. And number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be this one right over here, which is called Mauve Frost, if I recall. That one's actually really pretty. All right, that's actually really, really nice. I can see myself using that one a lot too. So we have more of a pinky tone. That is actually pretty good. All right, so before I leave, I want to share with you guys all of the 5 shadows that I have had since January, because I realized that if I do it at the end of the video, my end screen videos kind of block it. So I'm going to show you guys January, February, and now March's lineup, so you guys could see the different variations of what we've been using so far this time in the last 3 updates technically in the intro. So now that you've seen that, let's set some goals here. I think I'm going to concentrate on this one to try to hit pan on this one and roll this one out. This one shouldn't be a problem. I only have about 14 more times to use, and I don't see myself having an issue because I've been using this one as my transition shade solely. So whether I hit the 30 mark or the pan, hopefully one or the other. And this one definitely, I only have like, what, 7 more uses around there to use up to my 30. So next month you'll definitely see 2 rolled out again. Hopefully a third, we'll see. And these, we're just gonna keep on going and try to figure out how to incorporate these in my new color story. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been so much fun. My goal, honestly, to myself was just to hit pan on 1 shadow a month. And so far, I've hit 2 shadows per month. That's actually a lot compared to how I didn't think I would do. But when you set your mind to something and you really concentrate on it and you are committed to it, you can do anything. And I'm very proud of myself. So thank you again for all of your support. I'll put more videos right over here for your enjoyment. Until then, bye guys.